Netflix's most eligible singles are back for a new spin at romance.
Perfect Match is the newest dating show coming to Netflix, and it has already broken the internet. Hey everyone, welcome back to another Shared News. We have a major Netflix update today, a brand new reality dating show with some very familiar faces. We're into all the details of Perfect Match, but before we do, if you are new here, please be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. As always, I'm your host, Morgan Wright. Today, joined by our two Kaylas. We have Kayla G and Kayla T. What's up, ladies?
Good. Hey. How are you?
Wonderful. I said, you guys, this is going to be so hard. I feel like we're in a band and it should just be called like Morgan and the Kaylas. Not to make me the main character or anything,
Right.
but it just kind of worked out like that. But I'm excited to be back with you guys. I've been MIA in South Africa for the past 2 weeks. So hi, and Kayla G, this is our first panel together. Welcome to Shared News.
Thank you so much. It's wonderful to meet both of you guys.
Yeah, it's super great to meet you, Kayla.
Let's go ahead and get right into this because it truly broke the internet, I think. Today, major Netflix announcement. It's a new dating show that brings 9 different Netflix reality shows together to try to find love. Perfect Match. We'll see familiar faces from the hit shows Love is Blind, The Mole, Too Hot to Handle, 20-somethings, The Ultimatum, Selling Tampa, Sexy Beasts, The Circle, and The Circle France. They gave us the full cast list. So what we're going to do, we're going to go through a little bit piece by piece and talk about some of the familiar faces that we're seeing. So we can go ahead and get started with the cast reveal.
Netflix's most eligible singles are back for a new spin at romance.
I mean, right off the bat, starting off strong.
Gosh.
Anytime you have Bartiz as the first person that you're going to see from Love is Blind, I think it's going to warrant a reaction. Let's just start with your general feelings about the show. What did you think when you saw this explode on the internet today?
I was so excited. We needed a show like this. Netflix has been doing more and more reality shows. I've watched almost all of them. So the fact that they're getting like the favorites from all of them, it's a genius move. It's a genius move.
No, for sure. Could not agree more. I think it's so smart. The minute I saw it, I was like, yes, this is exactly, it's like what Kayla said, exactly what we need. There's so many more reality shows they've been doing, like she said. And I think, you know, to put them all together, I don't know, for me, I love a crossover. So I think that's just like the perfect mix of just all these different shows. I love that they also have people from The Mole and people from Selling, you know, Tampa that aren't in the like, you know, romance realm, because that'll add a little bit of a wild card, I think, and it'll make it really different. So I'm excited to see who will match up with who. I don't know. It's just an exciting concept.
It really is exciting just to see all these different faces come together on one show. In this first clip, we got 6 different contestants, Bartiz and LC, both from Love is Blind. We had Mitchell from The Circle and Georgia from Too Hot to Handle, as you can see here. And sometimes it takes me a minute to like remember the face to the show. But then we get Chloe and Francesca in the next scene from Too Hot to Handle. And I immediately remembered that Chloe, while yes, she was on Too Hot to Handle, she was also on The Circle, and she dated Mitchell. Do you guys remember this? After they got done with the show, they had like, I don't know if it was 3 months, 4 months, but they had a brief fling. So this is going to cause some major drama right off the bat.
Yeah, I didn't know that they dated. So that is news to me, because even there's a couple people as we go through this cast that the relationship status kind of has a question mark for me, because there's different headlines and things I've heard and seen. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
Yeah, 100%. I had no idea that Chloe and Mitchell dated. I did watch that season of The Circle. The two, were they on the same season, Morgan? Or were they on, I don't remember. Yeah, they were on the same season, right? So I had no idea. But yeah, I like what Kayla was just saying. I'm aware that, you know, there's things being said about Nick, and he was on, you know, The Circle, and yeah, maybe we'll get to it, but I'm definitely intrigued for sure.
Yeah, well, Kayla G, like you said, a lot of people are questioning already the relationship status because Francesca, who we see here in this frame, definitely is in a relationship. She has been in a relationship for, in my opinion, a pretty long time. They post pretty regularly on TikTok. So I just was scrolling through Francesca's Instagram right before we jumped on this panel, and she posted the trailer. And in the comments, she said, cue the "aren't you in a relationship" comments. So we're all thinking the same thing, and Francesca knows too. But she did say on her Instagram that when they filmed this, she was single. So who knows how long ago it was, but clearly we know Francesca not going to have any love interests, which I think kind of ruins the show. I'm just really surprised that Netflix would let her be so open about her relationship, knowing that she's getting ready to be on a dating show. But we could talk about that all day. Let's get into some more cast reveals.
In the game of love, they'll play by their own rules.
Okay, so this second round of contestants, some of them I wasn't as familiar with as the first round. I obviously know both Shane and Colony. Let me just say, sidebar, I love the fact that they're having some Selling Tampa girls in here because they haven't been renewed for a second season. And I really enjoyed Selling Tampa. I binge watched it in like one weekend. So the fact that we get to see Colony and there's another contestant that we'll get to later on, I was really excited about. Zay from The Ultimatum. We have Chase from Too Hot to Handle and Nez from The Circle France. Did either of you watch The Circle France?
I did not. Did you, Kayla?
Yeah, I did not watch The Circle France. I meant to watch it, but I didn't get to it. But I'm familiar with most of the
there's
other
so
ones.
many reality shows.
Yeah, I know. There's so many shows.
You know what it reminds me of? When the Bachelor franchise would bring people in for winter games from like Australia or whatever. I don't know why I can't say what I'm wanting to say, but you get what I'm saying, right? They would bring them in for other countries. So I'm really curious to see how Inez will play out. And did any of you watch Sexy Beasts? Because this is one of the shows that I am unfamiliar with.
That was one that I've never even heard of, surprisingly. What about you, Kayla?
Yes, I've seen Sexy Beasts, and it's an interesting concept. It's a really fun show. I don't remember her. I think I only watched maybe like half of a season, but it's a fun show. So yeah, it should be interesting. It should definitely be interesting.
They're sexy beasts. I mean, they're great for reality television and they're too hot to handle, whatever. Okay, let's move on to some more cast members.
The ultimate Netflix dating competition premieres this Valentine's Day.
Okay, a lot to get through here. Starting off with Calvin, he was in The Circle, and Izzy from Too Hot to Handle. In the next slide, we have Dom on The Mole, and then Abby, 20-somethings Austin. 20-somethings was also one that I didn't see. Can you guys give me the 411 on the show?
That I didn't see it either. What about you?
No help from either of the Kaylas here. I did not see 20-somethings Austin. Yes, we have homework to do, clearly. But I did love Calvin from The Circle. So I'm like so excited that he's on this show. Like he was someone when I saw, I was like, oh my gosh, yes. Like he's perfect for a dating show because he was super romantic and I don't know, like he had this kind of romance storyline on his season. And so I'm excited to see him be on this show for sure. I think he'll be good.
I was specifically very excited to see Joey. The Circle season 1 was my absolute favorite. Him and Shub, that bromance. I still think about it from time to time when I just need a pick-me-up. So I am very excited to see Joey.
Love Joey.
Yeah, and something that we mentioned that I want to touch base on about how there are some shows here that I haven't seen. I haven't seen The Mole. I haven't seen 20-somethings or Sexy Beast, but this is so smart from Netflix because this trailer alone is making me want to go back and watch those shows that I haven't seen to get to know the characters, because I already know, like you said, the Joeys who are super popular, you know, Savannah, Damien, who we all know, and Sophie from Selling Tampa. And it's like, I want to know their personalities before I go into this reality show to, I don't know, fulfill my reality wants and needs. It's like, how many more shows can I watch? The limit does not exist. But super excited. What do we think about Damien here? Because I have some thoughts.
Yeah, when it comes to Damien, I mean, he already has some history with Francesca, right? They were on like After the Altar. So that'll be interesting to see that dynamic. And as we know, like, I always her name, Giannina? You know, who he was engaged to on Love is Blind, is in a very reality TV crossover relationship already with Blake from The Bachelor. So it'll be really fun to see, maybe even if he mentions that. I just love messy drama. So like maybe he'll give us some like shade or something from that relationship. But I'm excited to watch him. I think he's going to make good television.
No, listen, Damian Powers is going to give us some television. He to me was like, he was like hilarious, but he wasn't trying to be funny, but it was just like, I can't help but like laugh at him. But him, I think Shane, Bartise, like the Love is Blind guys on here, it's like they clearly just chose violence for this, like putting them on this cast. Like these three are like, oh my gosh, I'm just praying that they maybe have grown since filming their seasons of Love is Blind. But they're probably just going to be a mess. I don't know.
One of my predictions is that the Love is Blind and the Too Hot to Handle people are going to bring the most drama. And then they're the kind of the most, I'm most excited to watch.
I can see that.
We're used to it by now, right? I feel like exactly. Damien, pot stirrer, through and through. Bartise, same thing. Shane, same thing. I actually saw something on Instagram right before we popped on here where Bartise said he would not do another reality show. And obviously he said that after he filmed this one. So the first one didn't go over that well. I'm kind of getting the vibe from that comment that the second one might not go over that well either, but we will find out. This show premieres on Netflix February 14th. The season will be made up of 12-hour-long episodes shown over 3 weeks. I cannot wait. As we wrap things up, why don't we do who we're most excited to see and who we're least excited to see? I'll go first because I already know. I love Chloe so much. I think she is such good TV. Saw her first on Too Hot to Handle. She was great on The Circle. So I know she's just going to be the star of the show on Perfect Match. And least excited to see, I mean, it's hard because I love mess, but I'm just going to go ahead and say Damien. I feel like he's been in one too many sticky situations for me to be overly excited to see him again. But I'm going to love it anyway.
Yeah, I'd have to say I'm really excited to see Nick just because I've been following him a little bit more recently since the Katie Thurston headlines. I believe he had a New Year's Eve kiss with a former bachelorette. So kind of interested to see how that goes. It's almost like also kind of some built-in spoilers like we talked about before. I'm least excited, just like, oh, this feels mean. I would say the ones that I didn't watch their original reality show because, you know, I don't know what I'm missing yet. So maybe I'll eat my words, but just kind of, I didn't watch 20 somethings and I didn't watch The Mole or Sexy Beast. So, you know, I'm not going into the show specifically looking for them.
That's fair. Yeah, to me, those are like some of the exciting ones because I'm like, oh, how is this person going to be? Like, what are they like? So for me, I'm actually really interested to see Colony from Selling Tampa. I never watched Selling Tampa, but for some reason, like the little clip of her just looked so cute and fun and like she's so pretty. And so I'm kind of curious to see who she'll like match up with. But I think let me just go ahead and say it. The person that I'm the least excited to see is Bartise. I was like struggling through season 3 of Love is Blind because of that man. Like he is just he's just frustrating for me to watch, like to listen to talk, to like listen to, try to, you know, I don't know, him just try to like process whatever he's trying to do and say. I'm just like, he's just ridiculous to me. So I'll just power through it, I guess. But everyone else seems like a lot of fun regardless. I can't wait to see how the show pans out. Hopefully it's not too messy, but I'm excited to see the structure.
Hopefully
I think
it
is what I want to see.
I was going to say, it is going to be. Are you serious? There's like 30 of them. They're all now veterans to reality TV. It's going to be mess, and we're going to be 100%
Shane will be interesting
here
too.
for it. I love Shane. I love Shane, and I can't explain it. I can't describe it. I just could watch him all day long. So I'm excited to see Shane. Let us know in the comment section who you are most excited to see. I mean, this cast is absolutely jam-packed with some of our reality TV favorites. So I'm sure it's going to be a hit. You can tell us who you're least excited to see too. All comments, opinions, thoughts are welcome. So be sure to drop one before you go. And don't forget, if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any updates. Who knows, if this show really takes off, maybe we'll be doing recaps every episode. I mean, it has all the makings to be just an absolute smash hit, and we cannot wait. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you back next time. Bye, everyone.